2 now, Alex Cox introduces tonight's classic film in Moviedrome.
Walk on the Wild Side was directed by Edward Dmytryk in the USA. It has no connection with the Lou Reed song of the same name, unfortunately. The script was by John Fante, an American author of some cult renown, from a book by Nelson Algren, who wrote The Man with the Golden Arm. It's a total melodrama about a naive farm boy in love with a fallen sculptress who has become a prostitute. The farm boy is played by the English actor Laurence Harvey, who played upper-crust Americans in a number of films, most notably The Alamo, directed by John Wayne, and The Manchurian Candidate. In Walk on the Wild Side, Harvey is supposedly from Texas, although his accent is more that of a southern gentleman. British actors playing Americans is a lot like Americans playing British people. You have to ask the question, why? Was there a shortage of American actors? Was Bridget Fonda really the right person to play Mandy Rice Davis in Scandal in 1989? Actually, one of the best things about Walk on the Wild Side is Bridget's mother, Jane, who's excellent in the role of Kitty Twist. She gives a riveting performance as the bad girl who pops out of a drainpipe. Barbara Stanwyck is also pretty good as a lesbian brothel keeper. This is a few years before The Big Valley. All the women in the film are very attractive, powerful, and upwardly mobile. The men, even the villains, are just wimps. Walk on the Wild Side starts out very well. The New Orleans locations are reminiscent of Down by Law, particularly the opening sequence of the Jarmusch film, which also deals with New Orleans lowlife. It's a film about the U.S. in the 1930s, but it could just as easily be happening today. The hero is a homeless man. Unemployment is widespread. Drivers won't stop to pick up hitchhikers. And the U.S. Marines are setting sail for Panama. The most famous element of the film, by the way, isn't the acting or the directing or any of that stuff. It's the title sequence, which was designed by Saul Bass. If you're interested in learning more about this film, the other films we're going to show, or the ones we showed last year or the year before, you can acquire for a very modest fee a Moviedrome book, which also tells you where you can get stills and soundtrack albums. That's all for now. Plug over. Here comes the film. Next week, the British premiere of The Big Silence.